Hi everybody, Russell Markham here from VectorVest. So let's get right into it this week here. So this was the article I'm referring to here, Capitalistic Man. Great read if you get the chance. I'll put the link there in the weekly essay there for you. If I scroll down a wee bit over here, Capitalistic Man goes on to talk about the different dividend payers in the list. And you can see a Brickworks 43-year streak, ARB 27 years, CSL 27 years. Right, Australian United Investment Company Limited, 26, Sonic Healthcare. So you can see plenty of great stocks with long-term dividend-paying profiles. So what I've done here is I've put these into a watch list. So what you're going to do here, VectorVest Home, per Viewers Home here. So on Viewers, Viewers Home, and then here, go to Watch List Viewer. And from here, you're going to click on the Dividend Payers Watch List. You've all got this group here on the drop down. So you've got the icon with the top right corner bent down there on the page. Click on New Watch List, and then you give it a name. So you give it the name Dividend Aristocrats. All right, there we are. And you click Add. I've done it already, so it's in here already. And then what you're going to go and do is you're going to go and populate. I'll just tidy this up here so it's all nice and neat. You're then going to go and populate the 22 stocks, and I've listed them all in there in your weekly essay per Capitalistic Man. Okay, so you go and put them all in. And then here's the trick. Once you've done that, right click and make a copy, because we're going to compare before and after, because what we're trying to do is smooth it out as much as possible in the current environment. So I've made a copy, so we're going to keep the initial one as is, we won't change this. 22, we're going to go to the copy. And then what I want to do here, where it notes graph selected on the drop down, graph, I want to note graph all. Right, so the drop down next to graph here, select graph all, and the layout I want you to select this as follows. So if you simply go to VectorVest Simple to begin with, turn off everything else except for the price, the average price of all those stocks, pull it back as far as you can go. So as of time recording here, 13 years and 5 months. I'm going to turn off all the indicators down the bottom here, so it makes it nice and neat. And all I want to do is click on Add Parameter, hover my mouse over Dividend Analysis, and then select Div, and that's it. Now put that on. Right click, change the style, make it jump out just a wee bit here. It's up to you as to how you want to do the style. I'll just make it jump out a bit more as of time recording here. Turn off the date line so it's nice and neat. And there we go. Now, what I want to do is I want to go and identify anything that's currently showing, so any stock that's currently showing a sign of weakness. So I'm wanting to find the best performers right now. So Capitalistic Man's done some wonderful research there where we've got long-term profiles going all the way back to 40 odd years in some cases. I'm wanting to concentrate on what's really driving those dividends currently. All right, so SUL, you can see here, gone really well, and then whoop, the coronavirus has caused a bit of a pullback in dividends. So I'm going to remove that one. So we'll make another one there. SUL, next one here. Fisher and Paykel, no, that stands up pretty well. I'm going to pull it back to about 5 years just to make it a bit more prominent in terms of what's currently going on. Okay, so if you go back to the first one here, you'll see jumps out then, right? So let's just do it to 5 years. Let's keep going a bit more here. PMV, no, no. CSL, this might be a sore issue for a lot of investors. It's been a very good stock over the years. I'm not falling in love with a stock, so to speak. I'm just purely looking at what the numbers are telling me currently, right? So the dividend here has just come off slightly, so it's going to make my list. CSL. Next one here. Yep, bit of a drop there. Look at that. Boom, bit of a drop. So DMP, Domino Pizza there is going to make my list. No, it's holding steady, right? Ooh, AFI. Okay, so you can see a bit of a dip on AFI. Let's keep going a bit more here. No, no, no. You can see here all stacking up pretty well. Keep going a bit more. Ooh, TWD. All right, so a big drop there. If you zoom it in here, you can see quite a big dip there. All right. And TCO, big drop over there. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and identify those given stocks. So just simply click the first one, SUL, then hold your control key down. Okay, so per your essay, these are the ones I note, SUL. Also noted there AFI. So AFI there, TWD. If I scroll down just a little bit further, TWD, TCO I noted, and then also noted CSL. And the last one there was Domino's Pizza. These are the ones here. So I'm going to click on where it notes delete on the drop down, delete selected. Okay, so let's do this. We've now got 16. Let's view the watch list average graph. So look at that, a wonderful set of dividends over the last 5 years. And if I go back, say 10, right again, and I go back all the way as far as I can go, in recent times, very, very strong dividend profile. Now, if I close out of here, and I go to the original list, okay, so these are powerful dividend payers, but we have seen one or two where there's a little bit of weakness currently. All right, so all I'm doing is I'm just weeding out current dividend non-performers. Not to say that that's always going to be the case. You can see it's a little bit of a pullback in history compared to what had taken place prior, but there was a bit of a pullback during the GFC. So not quite as severe, but a little bit of a pullback. So all I'm doing is I'm just ironing it out for now until they start picking back up again. Okay, so you can see that relative to the copy that we've made. All right, so I'm just concentrating on the top payers right now in terms of those dividend profiles. So there it is again. Okay, so there it is. There's the list that jumps out. Okay, so I'm back in the list here, and the last thing I'll leave you with here is I like to go and look at the S&P ASX group here. And if I click on the ASX 200, so this is a watch list S&P ASX, you've all got this, the S&P ASX 200. And if I graph, let's say the top 100, so the ASX 200, I'm not going to go much beyond that. The ASX 200, you could do it on the 100 if you prefer, or the top 50, and I'll keep on the divs paid. And let's do this. I'll pull this back as far as I can go, and then I just quickly filter through them. All right, all these stocks, where is it where the dividends are jumping out at me? Now look at this one here in recent times, JB Hi-Fi. It's not bad at all, right? And if I keep going here, going a bit more here, so you can keep adding to this ANSL. That's another one that jumps out at me. So just to speed things up, to finish up here on the recording here, so I'm going to go back to the Dividend Aristocrats here, and I'm just going to put in a couple of extras that you may be interested in. So JBH.AX, ANN, so those are two that I identified. RIA was another one that really jumped out in recent times. So this is not going back as far as what Capitalistic Man has done in recent times with research there going back many, many years. This is more recent, but at least over the last 13 odd years. All right, so there we are. I've put all those in. So just to confirm, JBH, ANN, REA, CPU, SHL, TCL, RHC, and NHF. I'm now going to click on add. Now you see that there are a few stocks that I've already put in there that I'm adding in that are already in the list. That doesn't matter. I'm just making sure that I'm not missing out on anything. Don't worry, you can't add the stock in twice into watch lists. If it already exists, it won't be replaced and two lots put in. For example, you can see RHC. I've got in the list, I've already got RHC. So VectorVest simply just won't add another RHC. There'll just be one RHC. And that's going to populate it in. All right, so I've now gone back up to 22 to view the watch list average graph down the bottom. And let's pull this graph back as far as we can go. So look at those dividends. Wow, look at that. Over here you can see it's sort of spiking up a sort of bit there too. So there we are. I've thrown in a few more. Now we can't go back, 40, 50, 60 odd years in some cases here, but look at that. Since 2007, that's a great set of dividends there on offer. Absolute textbook. Let's just double check on the earnings here as well. So you can see over here, if I put an area graph, and let's just change the style here, just to make it jump out just a little bit more in terms of the color. Okay, just differentiate it here. So just a word of caution there. Great dividends on offer. A little bit of pressure on the earnings at the moment per the earnings profile. So I've got this list now at my fingertips each and every day. And when I start to see those earnings starting to pick up again, then it'll give me confidence. But as I said right now, yes, you're getting a great set of dividends on offer. So that's what the exercise was all about. It was about going to find those great dividends. But I'm just seeing a bit of a tail off here on the earnings. So I'm going to wait until the earnings start picking up. you've now got some powerful Dividend Aristocrat type stocks now at your fingertips. Okay, so there it all is. Okay, so if you want to pause the recording there, I'll just show you the first lot over here up to BKW, and then from BKW down there, the remaining ones there. I hope you enjoyed the analysis. Until next week.